When you learn to master yourself, the world changes. You can become a better parent, spouse, friend, boss, employee, child, and sibling. It's that simple. Welcome to another episode of Cosmos Unfiltered. Thank you to everybody that's joining us, whether it be on the video side or the audio side. We want to thank you for coming in and joining us. This one's going to be a pretty rough one for you. It was for me, and it's going to be for Wes too, because this is really about Wes. No, I'm kidding, Wes.
I'm ready.
Hey, man, thank you for being here, Wes.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us,
Can't wait to get my ass kicked right here.
No, this is going to be a good one. Hey, as always, we do these for free, so please share these with a friend. Go do it right now. Just go share it. Share it on social media and say, hey, man, Cosmo is acting like a fool over here, but he's got free chicken.
And you got to see it.
Yeah. Just share it with a friend. On this week's episode, I always misspell that one.
Y-O-U.
I always have to, yeah, apostrophe R-E.
Yeah.
You're the worst person in your life. And I think, hear me out.
It's encouraging today.
This is straight up encouragement as I kick you right in the nuts. It's called, this is actually my journey. This is what I had to learn to get to where I am so I could be who I needed to be. Have you read the notes yet? Don't read the notes.
I'm not reading.
Okay.
I have not read them.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Hey, let me ask you this. What do you think about that title? Do you think it's like too, like, oh my God, like.
I mean, it kind of makes me think of you're your own worst enemy.
Yeah. No, you are. You're a piece of shit. You said it on one of the last episodes. We say things like, well, it's not us, you know. We're not wrong. We're always right. We always give ourselves the benefit.
Yeah.
And what you said is
talking about we deserve it, or I deserve it?
Yeah, we deserve it. That's
yeah.
what you said. You said we deserve it. We deserve it. And that's how we think. Dealing with you, the most complicated relationship you will ever have, period.
I heard Machine Gun Kelly. Do you like Machine Gun Kelly?
Don't know enough about him. I know his old lady's smoking hot.
Yeah, that's all anybody knows now. He's a Megan Fox. Oh my gosh,
is that Tool running around with him? Megan Fox?
He's crazy.
I've seen him. He looks like he's a really nice guy.
No, yeah, I heard him on a podcast, and he said something that I thought was kind of interesting.
Let me back up. I need to apologize for calling him a tool, because pretty much anybody that's going to be on the end of her arm, any man is going to call a tool.
Oh, yeah.
He just happens to be the lucky man.
Public enemy number one.
Yeah. He is public enemy tool number one.
He is.
So.
He's got a target on him.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And he kind of did before he was with her anyway.
Oh, yeah. He's in the lead.
Oh, yeah. He's winning.
Yeah.
Winning that race. But he talked about how he back when he, I don't know, his formative years, had a rough upbringing, whatever. He's like, I just had to learn myself. And I was like, oh, it's really
that's good.
There's a lot to be said about just learning yourself, especially people with a background in substance abuse or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot to untangle there when you've treated something one way your whole life. You really do have to kind of take it apart and look at why the heck am I doing this? You know. And
here's what I wrote down. Don't read these notes, but here's what I want you to do at home.
Turn them over.
I want you to do this at home. I want you to say to yourself, before and after I say these, you're the worst person in your life. And then I'm going to say these. So you're the worst person in your life. Number one, because you can't leave yourself. You can't walk away from your failures, your mistakes, your feelings, your thoughts, your fears, or your demons. The only option, well, I guess you have two options. Deal with them or do nothing. And I think you can spot the do nothing people.
Oh,
they're rampant in life.
Yeah.
You know? The 50-year-old that can't even deal with basic emotions at Walmart, you know.
Sure.
Before I go any further, what are your thoughts on that?
No, you're right. I think we're trying to raise our kid a little differently than we were raised. And I mean, when he needs discipline, he gets it. When he does something ridiculous, he understands there's a consequence. He's still learning like what consequences are.
Yeah.
So we're not like real punitive with him or anything, but there is something to be said about like we all grew up with these tools, and it's because of how we were raised. And like, not that we had some hard off. I'm just none of that.
Right.
But it's just like what tools would he have that maybe I didn't?
Yeah.
You know, like helping him understand like ownership and responsibility, and just like helping him understand. Like he started doing this thing where he's like, "Daddy, what feeling am I feeling right now?" And he'll ask me.
Oh, really? That's good.
Because we've talked so much about like,
yeah.
Well, buddy, it sounds like you're feeling frustrated. Are you frustrated? Or it seems like you feel mad right now. Are you mad? Instead of just like my parents would just hit me, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm really mad, you know, but it just
seems like you're about to feel hurt.
Sure, like you're just
about to feel pain in 3, 2.
Yeah, and he learns how to like work through it a little bit. And he's 4. He is not like the example of, you know, but he's old. Like I don't know how.
Tools,
right? Like there's still stuff that I feel that's like, oh my, like we talked about it. It's been a couple months ago about like how many emotions people feel.
Oh yeah.
And when polled, people said they felt like 3.
Yeah.
Like adults, you know. I think it's a 2-part thing: knowing yourself and knowing like how. Like I've learned at home, for example, like I am more structured, I'm more disciplined. I take initiative a little more easily when I don't have like alcohol at home.
Yeah.
And I don't drink it too much, like to where it affects like any part of my life. But I've just I've noticed like it's easier to get up in the morning when I didn't drink anything the night before.
Yeah. Way easier.
It's easier to I have a clear head when I get up. Like I feel I'm more likely to work out if I don't feel like shit. You know what I mean? And
yeah, no, I know exactly.
But that just comes from like I'm just like paying attention. Like I'm awake, like looking around, like okay, do I want this? Or like even my son, he's little, like he's with me for a while still at home, and like I want him to think when he's a grown ass man that like, oh, I'm the dad. I'm supposed to be awake before everybody else. Like I'm doing the business of like knowing myself.
Yeah, teach them the way.
Yeah, running this house and like taking care of business. Like so, I'm awake every morning before he is. You know, like and he comes straight to me in the morning, and we start the day like that. So that's just simple stuff. Like, but it's I don't know. You just got to be.
But how many adults? I mean, you got a 4-year-old that is better self-regulated than a lot of adults.
Probably than me a lot of times.
You know.
Yeah.
Why you're the worst person in your life. You can't walk away from your failures, mistakes, feelings, thoughts, fears, and demons. You have to deal with them. You have to. If you want to be a better person, period, you have to deal with them. End of story. If you don't deal with them, they will deal with you.
Right.
And you will be a slave to yourself for the rest of your life. Now, here's what I wrote. But when you deal with them, this is how you become free and you declutter the other side. When you learn to master yourself, the world changes. You can become a better parent, spouse, friend, boss, employee, child, and sibling. It's that simple.
Sounds good.
I hate to say it, but that paragraph right there is how to control your ass. Period.
Yeah.
Like it's so simple.
If you need reasons, they're all right there.
They're all right there. Yeah. Everything is right there it's not even a paragraph, really. 6 sentences. It's actually 6 sentences. How to deal with your sorry ass. And this is, unfortunately, the hardest conversion here. It's almost like the peak of a mountain. Crossing to the other side is admitting that you're the problem.
Yeah. That's at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah. Or I guess it'd be a valley. Like when you get to the bottom, admitting it so you can go back up the other side.
Yeah.
No. I like it.
I think people think about conquering their demons as like WWE SmackDown.
Yeah.
And you just do it once and that's it.
Well, that's a animal nature.
Yeah. I mean,
backed into a corner, somebody gets too close, I bite.
Yeah.
I'm still like that quite a bit. but I'm learning to bite less.
It's a daily thing. It's strategy. It's like knowing that these things are a part of there's a guy I like to read, he calls it your shadow self. It's just a part of you. It's
Yeah.
not something you picked up. It's literally a part of you, always will be. And you got to learn how to vibe with that and know like what triggers it, what the parts of it that you kind of rely on to enable some things, and like just don't be afraid to change it.
You're right. You're so right. This is why you're the biggest piece of shit in your life. Fix it. Admitting it. I saw a guy the other day on TikTok. Don't ever get that app. And he was a big dude. He was a big dude. And he was walking and he said, I finally admitted to myself today that, and he when he says that, he starts rubbing his belly. He goes, that this is sin.
Huh.
And today marks the day I start getting the sin out of my life. And I thought, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, he calls it sin, which, you know, the Bible actually says, you know, gluttony is a sin. But whatever you believe, you know, what I'm saying is he turned the corner. He hit the valley and started his climb up the other side. He was at the bottom, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it all starts with one simple step.
You got to acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it. And then the next thing you got to do is just do one thing about it. And always try to be searching for continual improvement daily, every single hour of the day. I told myself the other day, or a couple weeks ago, I said, when I say goodbye to people from now on, I'm going to say, have a blessed day. And then I thought, like the inside of me went, oh, that's stupid.
It's Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's stupid.
All right, Chick-fil-A.
Why would you do that, you big sissy? And I was like, whoa, hold on. No. Why is that? I really hope you have a blessed day. Do I mean it? I absolutely mean it. Do I sound weird? Probably. Those people that know me go, what the hell did he just say? Because usually I'd say this something like, you know, bye, Wiener.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
Later.
You know that. But, so I tell people, I even told my wife this morning, I said, have a blessed day. That's it. And yet no one has said a word to me about it. I have beat myself up more about saying that to somebody internally
in your head
than I could even begin to admit.
Yeah, well, you can talk yourself out of all kinds of stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. So I think that's a pretty good one.
Everybody's ass nice and kicked.
Yep. Is everybody's ass nice and kicked? Well, hey, I want to thank everybody for watching. As always, we do this for free, so go and share this episode with a friend and leave us a comment down below. Where are you at in the process? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Let me know. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.